Welcome everyone to HTML and CSS 101 workshop. स्वागत छ सबैलाई। सो हामी यो वर्कशपमा मोस्टली प्रोजेक्ट बिल्डिङ गर्दै छ। तपाईले हेर्न सक्छ यहाँ मेरो HTML and CSS कोर्स छ, फाउन्डेशनल कोर्स। तपाई यहाँ dhanusir.com/html-css मा जानुस् अनि त्यहाँ गएर तपाईले हैन यति धेरै कन्टेन्ट कन्सेप्टहरु बुझ्न सकिन्छ। तपाईले लेआउट, मेटा ट्याग्स, क्रिएटिङ लिस्ट, सो सबै एउटा भिडियो छ, तपाईले बुझ्नुस्, ट्राई गर्नुस्। अनि यहाँ लास्टमा एउटा सिम्पल साइन अप पेज छ। अब यो प्रोजेक्ट हामीले अरु थप एड गर्दै छ। त्यही क्रममा आज हामीले सिक्ने छ कसरी GitHub को साइन अप पेज बनाउने। सो लेट मी गो ब्याक टु द VS कोड। अनि जस्तो मैले पहिले भनिसकेको छु, हाम्रो यो भिडियो म इंग्लिश प्लस नेपाली दुईटा मिक्स हुनेछ। प्रोबेबली 20 to 40% इंग्लिश अनि रेस्ट अफ द 60% is Nepali. So we were here, okay, hello page, and now if you see I have a folder here with name GitHub-Join. Okay, त्यो सजिलो नै छ। यहाँ गएर यो फोल्डर म क्लिक गर्ने अनि देन त्यसलाई रिनेम गर्ने GitHub Join मा। त्यसमा तपाईले हेर्न सकिन्छ दुईटा इमेज मैले राखेको छु। पहिला छ GitHub को साइन अप पेज जुनको हामीले बनाउने छ है, दैट्स द गोल। अनि अर्को छ CSS फ्रेम। नाउ व्हाट इज दिस CSS फ्रेम? त्यो म एकछिनमा आउँछु। सबैभन्दा पहिला तपाईले यहाँ बुझ्नुस् यहाँ के छ। सो यहाँ छ हाम्रो join GitHub। फर्स्ट लेट्स क्रिएट योर युजर अकाउन्ट हैन। त्यसपछि युजर एन्ड देन हाम्रो इनपुट बक्स, देन इमेल, देन इनपुट बक्स, देन पासवर्ड, देन इनपुट बक्स, सम टेक्स्ट with a hyperlink, then email preferences, then checkbox, and then some text, then button create account, and then your paragraph with some text and hyperlink. Okay, so यसमा धेरै HTML को जुन कन्सेप्ट छ, ओके, त्यो धेरै यसमा लागेको छैन एडभान्स कन्सेप्टहरु, जस्ट अ भेरी सिम्पल वान। ओके, div, paragraph, इनपुट बक्स, लेबल, checkbox and button, that's it. सो यो तपाईले ओके, सो यहाँ जुन तपाईले हेर्न सकिन्छ मेरो जो कोर्स छ त्यहाँ div, span, ओके, प्याराग्राफ यहाँ छ एन्ड तपाईको हाइपरलिंक यहाँ छ। ओके, देन त्यसको तपाईको यो फर्म एन्ड इनपुट एलिमेन्ट्स, यो एकदमै इम्पोर्टेन्ट तपाईले च्याप्टर लेक्चर तपाईले भन्न सकिन्छ। सो दिस इज भेरी भेरी इम्पोर्टेन्ट। त्यसपछि तपाईको बाकी पनि इम्पोर्टेन्ट छ। सो यो सबैले बिस्तारै बिस्तारै गर्नुस्। ओके, अनि तपाईले के गर्नु पर्यो, मेरो भिडियो फलो गर्नु। जुन कन्सेप्ट छ त्यो बुझेन भने यहाँदेखि त्यो पर्टिकुलर भिडियो तपाईले हेर्नुस्। ओके, सो यहाँ धेरै कन्सेप्ट छ। सो नाउ लेट्स कोड। अब यो भन्दा पहिला हामी के गरौँ, CSS फ्रेम। सो दिस इज द टेक्निक दैट आई हैव डेभलप्ड। ओके, यो टेक्निक मैले क्रिएट गरेको while trying to basically teach the student in the simplest way possible. सो टेक्निक के हो बेसिकली तपाईले हेर्न सकिन्छ हाम्रो यो फर्म को र्यापर हो है। सो दिस इज होल दिस थिङ इज आवर फर्म र्यापर। देन त्यसपछि त्यसको भित्र एउटा सेक्सन छ ब्लू जति पनि छ नि, सो दैट आर लाइक अ पर्टिकुलर एउटा div अनि त्यसको भित्रको एलिमेन्ट। जस्तो हाम्रो यो फर्म हेडर छ, सो दिस इज आवर फर्म हेडर दैट इज join GitHub and then first let's create your user account, that is title, and then join GitHub we can consider it as a subtitle है। नाउ त्यसको भित्र यहाँ हेर्न सकिन्छ S3 मा सबटाइटल लेखेछु एन्ड देन H1 मा टाइटल लेखेछु। दैट विल बी आवर HTML एलिमेन्ट है। सिमिलरली फर्म बडी छ होल यहाँसम्म अनि लास्टमा फर्म फुटर छ हैन। सो दैट्स लाइक दिस इज फर्म बडी। ओके, यहाँसम्म युजर देखि क्रिएट बटन सम्म फर्म बडी छ अनि लास्टमा यो जो बाइ क्रिएटिङ अकाउन्ट जो इन्फर्मेसन छ दैट वी कन्सिडर इट एज ए फर्म फुटर। ओके, सो भेरी सिम्पल। त्यसको पछि अब भित्र फर्म ग्रुपहरु छैन, फर्म ग्रुप यहाँ छ, फर्म ग्रुप यता छ हैन। दिस एभ्रिथिङ इज लाइक फर्म ग्रुप है। एउटा एक्सन र्यापर यहाँ तल छ। सो दिस क्रिएट बटन, ओके, सो क्रिएट बटनलाई हामीले div को भित्र एक्सन र्यापर को भित्र हामीले र्याप गरेको छ। Okay, very important because button is a inline element. Okay, now what is inline element? Okay, so तपाईले inline element को बारेमा बुझ्ने हो भने then you have to watch this lecture. Okay, so you have to watch this lecture, inline and block element. What is inline element and what is block element भनेर तपाईले यहाँदेखि बुझ्न सकिन्छ. So द्याट्स वाइ होइन अब तपाईँले बुझ्नु पऱ्यो. द्याट्स वाइ यो बटन छ. ओके, त्यसैले यो बटनलाई हामीले डिभको भित्र ऱ्याप गरेको हो. यहाँ तपाईँले यो पी छ पासवर्ड इन्फो, द्याट इज जस्ट रेड तपाईँले हेर्नु सकिन्छ ब्याकग्राउन्ड. ओके, सो द्याट इज डाइरेक्ट एलिमेन्ट. सो त्यसलाई हामीले डाइरेक्टली प्याराग्राफमा राख्नु मिल्छ बिकज द्याट इज अ ब्लक एलिमेन्ट बिकज इट टेक द एन्टायर विड्थ होइन. बाँकी तपाईँले यो ग्रिन ग्रिन जति देखिरहेछ बक्सहरू द्याट इज बेसिकली the last element like h3 h1 label input. Okay, everything is like that. This colorful यो कलर जो रेड देखिरहेछ that is paragraph. अनि similarly यहाँ तपाईले यो yellow देखिरहेछ that is actually a div. Okay, अनि त्यसको भित्र हामीले input checkbox and then span भनेर राखेछ. Okay, so I hope कि यो CSS box फ्रेमले तपाईको माइन्डमा एउटा अलरेडी एउटा आर्किटेक्चर क्रिएट गरिदिएछ अफ दिस होल पेज. ओके, सो यसले तपाईलाई एकदमै सजिलो हुन्छ. हाउ द्याट वी विल सी सुन. ओके, नाउ लेट्स फर्स्ट क्रिएट यसकै भित्र यसलाई क्लिक गर्नु, राइट क्लिक, न्यू फाइल अनि देन मेबी इन्डेक्स. ओके, सो भेरी भेरी सिम्पल इन्डेक्स क्रिएट गर्नु. ओके, नाउ ब्याङ एन्ड देन ट्याब. ओके, भेरी सिम्पल. यता तपाईले के गर्नु पर्यो, GitHub Join भनेर page or form or whatever you can add. यहाँ अब हेर्नुस्. Okay, I will just create link CSS and then tag. Okay, this is the provided by Amit plugin. Okay, यहाँ मैले के गर्छु style.css नि राख्छु. Okay, nothing extra मैले केही राख्दिन त्यसको भित्र. So यहाँ पनि मैले एउटा style.css create गर्नु पर्यो and that's where our CSS lies. Okay, now अब मैले के क्रिएट गर्नु पर्यो भन्दाखेरि यो CSS box frame छ त्यसको अकॉर्डिंग I will create the HTML skeleton. Okay, so let me create the HTML or GitHub Join HTML skeleton. Okay, so very very important, step by step मा जान्दैछु है. Okay, just see how I'm going. CSS box frame. Okay, यहाँ form wrapper right. So dot and then form wrapper. Easy. Okay, now what I will do is यो जो form wrapper छ, okay, अनि त्यसको भित्र के छ form header body and footer. Let's create this first है. Form header. Okay, and then form body. Okay, and then form footer. Okay, so तपाईले हेर्न सकिन्छ यहाँ मैले स्टेप बाइ स्टेप जान्दैछु बिकज CSS box frame right. यो तपाईले CSS box frame नहुने भए त it would be difficult to even imagine कि how the things are going right. Now CSS box frame को भित्र form को header को भित्र right we have two things, h3 subtitle and h1 title right. So let's create that h3 dot subtitle right and then त्यसको भित्र h1 dot title. Simple, very very simple. Let's collapse it. Now त्यसको पछि हामीसँग के छ form body. Form body मा के छ form group छ 1 2 3 4 form group छ हामीसँग है. Now let's create that form group. Form group. Now what is inside the form group is label username and then input username right. So let's create that label dot username. Okay, and यहाँ अब okay just a second label को wrong meaning भयो label dot username. Okay, अनि for username. Okay, यहाँ हामीले लेख्नु पर्ने हुन्छ अनि यहाँ तपाईको युजर नेम पनि हामी लेखिदिउँ जस्तो हाम्रो यता छ है. नाउ join GitHub अनि फर्स्ट लेट्स क्रिएट योर युजर अकाउन्ट भनेर यो पनि हामीले हेडमा हालिदिउँ हैन जोइन GitHub अनि let's first create your GitHub account भनेर मैले लेखिदियो as per let's create your user account. First let's create your user account. Okay, first let's create your user account भनेर मैले हालिदियो. Okay, now label. Now तपाईले यहाँ हेर्न सकिन्छ. Here we have something called as star, right? It's just a span inside the label. Okay, so yeah, span and then star. अनि यहाँ मैले के गर्छु required भनेर because it is required. Okay, star, that's it. Okay, now next we have is a input box, right? So now input box username, okay, and then type text. Okay, type text class username हामीले लेखिसकेछ. The problem is यहाँ username म label दिन्छु. Okay, because then username differentiate गर्न सक्दैन हामीले फेरि. Okay, so अब यहाँ for मा username दिएछ, so त्यसैले I have to give ID as username. Okay, save. Now why I need to give ID as username when we give label as username? त्यसको लागि तपाईले यहाँ हाम्रो जुन यो using form and input elements भन्ने जो लेक्चर छ त्यो तपाईले बुझ्नु पर्यो. Okay, next let see how it works in live. यहाँ go live मा हैन बटम मा राइट मा मैले go live छ त्यहाँ थिच्दै छु. Okay, so now you can see. Now if I click on username, it goes, the cursor goes there. That's why we need that, right? That's the simple answer. Okay, now अब यो जुन हाम्रो फर्म ग्रुप छ त्यसलाई म कपी गरे हैन यो चारवटा यहाँ. ओके, जस्ट अ सेकेन्ड, यता कपी गरे. कति छ 1 2 3 एन्ड देन टोटल 4 हैन. हामीसँग टोटल 4 छ, दुईटा तीनटा चारवटा. ओके, अनि यसको बिचमा हाम्रो पासवर्ड इन्फो छ विच इज प्याराग्राफ. ओके, सो यहाँ मैले के गरिदिन्छु p.password info भनेर हाल्दियो. ओके, that we will write some information here. अब हेर्नुस्. ओके, अब यहाँ तपाईको as per this image email address छ हैन, then password छ. So username भइहाल्यो, email address and then password. Okay, and then some kind of paragraph and then email preferences. Okay, yeah, email preferences. Okay, अनि जो लास्ट छ त्यसमा चेकबक्स एन्ड देन यो छ हैन. सो लास्टमा हामीसँग के छ इमेल प्रेफरेन्सेस. अब यसको जो यो इनपुट हो यो छैन, आई जस्ट कपिड इट. यहाँ इमेल प्रेफरेन्सेस भनेर मैले राखिदिएँ है. एन्ड इनसाइड इट हामीसँग के छ चेकबक्स एन्ड स्प्यान है. सो हामीले के गर चेकबक्स हाल्ने एउटा एन्ड देन स्प्यान हाल्नु पर्यो. ओके, सो नाउ सो बेसिकली input of type checkbox. Okay, so that's how it works there. And then ela email preference भनेर हाल्दिम, email preference अनि then span. अब span मा के लेख्ने हो, यहाँ जति पनि छ send me occasional product updates, announcement and offers लेख्ने हो. send me occasional product updates, announcements and offers and comma and offers, comma and offers. Okay, save. So now let's see. Okay, this is how it is coming. And now so let's update this as well. यहाँ तपाईको छ पासवर्ड छ तर यहाँ तपाईको पासवर्ड देखिरहेछ. ओके, सो द्याट्स व्हाई आवर this input type should be password. Okay, now if I type it, it's only dot dot. Okay, now input ila password हाल्दिम, username label, okay, which is basically password label, okay, username label, email label, and then username input karna email input, okay, of type email, okay, so that when we do at the rate, okay, or if you are not doing at the rate, then it basically give the error, होइन. So त्यसैले टाइप इमेल हुनु पर्यो, okay. So for id यहाँ email, okay, and for यहाँ password, okay. So this is कसरी मैले कसरी गर्दैछु, बेसिकली होइन, पहिला सेलेक्ट गर्यो एन्ड देन डी, कन्ट्रोल डी, देन यसले के गर्छ, नेक्स्ट पार्टलाई सेलेक्ट गर्छ, यसलाई इमेल प्रेफरेन्स भनेर मैले गरिदिएँ, ओके. सो द्याट्स हाउ it is working, okay. And now if I do this, okay, so it is just clicking here, okay, you can see, because our email pref, okay, your email pref and this email pref is same, okay. So that's why if I click on email pref, then it is checking the checkbox, okay. Also checking the checkbox is also doing the same, but clicking on the label is also doing the same thing, right? Now next is this create account and then this last part, right? So त्यसलाई कसरी गर्ने, फर्म ग्रुपको तल आयो, यहाँ मैले के गरिदियो, एक्सन ऱ्यापर, ओके, एन्टर, एन्ड देन a dot create account बटन, ओके, हामीलाई एङ्कर पायो, यहाँ केही दिन्न मैले, एन्ड देन यहाँ क्रिएट एकाउन्ट भनेर टेक्स्ट हालिदियो, एन्ड लास्टली हामीसँग फर्म फुटर छ, p डट टर्म्स अफ सर्भिस भनेर मैले क्लास लियो, ट्याब हेर्नुहोस्, ओके. अनि त्यसमा हामीले यहाँ के लेखेछ, बाई क्रिएटिङ एकाउन्ट यु एग्री टु द, ओके, यो लेख्नु पर्यो, बाई क्रिएटिङ एकाउन्ट यु एग्री टु द, ओके, टर्म्स अफ सर्भिस भनेर लेखेछ, ओके. त्यसलाई के गरिदिउँ, एङ्कर ट्याग दिन्थ्यो, ओके, गोज नोवेयर, टर्म्स अफ सर्भिस भनेर मैले लेखिदिउँ, ओके. अनि यहाँ for more information about GitHub's privacy practices, for more information about GitHub privacy, okay, यहाँ म यसलाई नेक्स्ट लाइनमा लेखिदिन्छु, for privacy practices, see the GitHub privacy statement, okay. See the anchor tag goes nowhere and GitHub privacy statement भनेर मैले लेख्यो, and then we will all occasionally send you, we will basically occasionally send you account related emails, हैन, भनेर लेखेछु, account related emails, save, and you can see, okay. Now this is our HTML skeleton. अब यसलाई हामीले बेसिकली के गर्ने हो, CSS मा हाल्ने हो. अब यसलाई के गर्छु, म साइड बाइ साइड को लुकमा गर्छु, सो द्याट वी क्यान सी बोथ, ओके. यसलाई अलिकति, ओके, यहाँ आयो, साइड बाइ साइड यसलाई माथि गरेर, ओके. नाउ वी विल बेसिकली एड द CSS, यसलाई म क्लोज गरिदिन्छु, यसलाई आयो, ओके. अब CSS यसलाई पनि राख्नु पर्यो, ओके. सो CSS एड गर्नु पर्यो, ओके. नाउ फर्स्ट हामी के गरौँ, जो ग्लोबल CSS छ, मार्जिन इक्वल्स टु 0, प्याडिङ इक्वल्स टु 0, एन्ड देन बक्स साइजिङ border box भनेर हाल्दिउँ, ओके. Now we will choose the font. For that, go to fonts.google.com. Let me maximize it, and here we will choose the Lato, okay, goes here, and then just okay, check the type. Okay, you can see, go here, just type the text for preview first. Let's okay, so yeah, almost it looks like the same. Okay, now if I am fine with this font, I will just click on get font and then get embed code. Okay, just click here and then web, it has everything. So there are many ways. Okay, so I will basically use this one, link, import, everything is there. I will just copy this, copy and then paste into the head of the HTML. Okay, here. Okay, and how should I use it? Okay, this is, you can see Lato. How should I use it? Okay, it's basically it's there here. Okay, Lato thin. Okay, that's how I should use it. Okay, or Lato thin. Okay, Lato light. All these are there, but I will just use this family Lato serif. Okay, I will just put body and then keep my all the font as Lato sans serif. Okay, now if you see here, that's how the Lato font looks like. Okay, so the first thing I will do is I will create the container. The first thing I will the first thing I will do is I will basically set the height of this whole thing. Okay, so let me set at 100 vh. Okay, viewport height, and then let me display flex, justify content center, and then align item center. It will basically goes here and maximize it. You can see here, right? So now let me basically create the width of the form wrapper. Okay, so that's like let's give it as a width as a 550 pixel. Save it. Now you can see it's almost at the center. Okay, so that's how it works. Okay, now how it is coming as center. Okay, so basically if I give border as 1 pixel, solid as 111. Okay, so that's this, our form looks like this. Okay, and that's the magic of these three lines. Okay, if I don't do this, then that's the default one. Okay, now when I basically use display flex, justify content center, and then align item centers, then it will basically come at the center. Okay, so this you can basically get here where it is CSS advanced. Okay, flex container, or these three lectures: CSS Flexbox basics. Okay, and then CSS Flexbox container properties and Flexbox item properties. So all these things you can basically learn from here. Okay, so that's our page. Now let's style our GitHub header. Okay, so form header. Okay, now so let me basically align the text as center. Okay, if I save it, you can see it goes into the center. Okay, so we will remove this border later on. Okay, so right now just I'm just trying to basically build it. Okay, now let me give margin bottom for rem. Okay, so yeah, that's it. That's how it looks like here. Now let's go inside our form header title. Okay, form header and then title. Okay, so title is this. Okay, first let's, now our title font size is no, so our title font size is basically, let's give it as 2.2 rem. Save. Okay, I think that's the same. Okay, and then we have a form header and then subtitle. Okay, if you see here, subtitle. Okay, so this is basically like this. Then font size, let's give it a 17 pixel. Save. Okay, and then it has a color. Okay, hash, let's give it as edited. Does it look same? Yes, it looks like same. Okay, and then we have a font width. Okay, if you see this, this is very big, I guess. Font width as a 400. Okay, now you can see. Okay, almost same, right? Now next, let's the form body. This is the biggest part. So inside of form body, let's uh, let's add the css for form body. Okay, so form body is basically our width should be 100%. Okay, so let's see about border, how our border looks like. Okay, so that's the form body. Okay, so I don't think the width is going anything as 100. Okay, so we don't need this form body at all. Okay, and now let's add the form group. Okay, so inside this form body we have a form group. Okay, and then inside the form group our margin should be 16 pixel. Let's see. Okay, so here you can see. Okay, so that's actually going everywhere. So now this is like top, we need top, and then right 0. Okay, and then 8 pixel below, and then 0 left side. Okay, that's how it is, it will look like. Okay, and then inside the form, okay, group, we have like common of like a label, right? So what we will do is, we will, instead of form username label, what we will do is form group, we will just use the common css for everyone. Okay, so what is the benefit here? Then we will only need to write only one css, that is form, okay, group label. And now we will just give single css. Okay, display block. Okay, now you can see when I give block, this whole, okay, it is taking everything now. So just see, border 1 pixel solid. Okay, see this, do you see this? Okay, so it is basically taking the entire width. Okay, removing this. And now here if you see, margin, I need a bottom here. Okay, for this part. Okay, so right now there is very little bottom. Okay, let me give margin bottom as 8 pixel. Okay, do you see that? Okay, so that's like our form label. And our font size, let's give it as 15 pixel. Okay, and then font width as 600. Okay, almost looking same, right? And then we have a span, right? So what I will do is, so this is form body, it's, always good to use the fully, okay, full qualified css. And then form body, form group label, and then inside this we have a required. Okay, you remember that? So if you see this form body, okay, form group label, and then we have a required. Okay, we can use form group here as well. Okay, form group, okay, and then required, which is basically color as red. You can see, right? Simple. And now we will basically style this form input. Okay, so now if you see this all are same, right? So what we will do is, we will also give the group form group input. single a common class for all the input. Okay, benefit, you know that, because we can only then define one simple CSS, right? So here, first of all, we need to make the width as 100% because by default there is some minimal width. Okay, now let me border. Okay, okay, sorry, form group input. Okay, now you can see if I remove this, okay, it's same. Then what we will do next is background color we need to give. Okay, so this is how you can use uh, as a emit plugin. Okay, you can just type bg hyphen color and it will give you the entire background color, right? Hash. Okay, and then f6 f8 fa. Okay, save, and that's the kind of a color we have. And then let me give padding 6 pixel and then 10 pixel left right. Okay, almost same. Okay, there are a few things like a border we need to fix. Okay, let solid and hash ccc and save, and there you can see. And then we just left with border radius, okay, 6 pixel, save, and there you go, right? It's almost similar, right? So that's how the things works here. Now let's style our this part, that is make sure, that is the information part, password info. First of all, I think we need to add it here, but that is make sure it's at least 15 characters. It's at least 15 characters, or at least 8 characters, or at least 8 characters, including a number, including a number and a lowercase letter, and a lowercase letter. And then we have a link for learn more, hash, and then learn more. Okay, save, and there you go. Okay, now let's style this, that is password info. We have a password info which is like just simple form body, set form body, and then password info. Okay, and now the password info, basically we will make the font size as 13 pixel because it is very small. Okay, and then color as, let's give 777 hash, save, and I think that looks like the same. Okay, and next is our email preferences, right? So email preferences, we have checkbox, and then this, so let's style that as well. So here we'll basically style this email preferences. Okay, and here we'll just set the font size as 15 pixel. Okay, and then color as hash 666 and save. Okay, here you go. So if you see this, it's the same, right? And email preferences doesn't have the required, so we will remove that. Okay, there you go, right? Now let's style the action wrapper create button. Okay, so we'll just copy this and then inside our action wrapper, and then this here. Okay, so bg color and then tag hash 1f883d 88 save, and then there you go, color. And then we need display as block. Okay, so that it looks like this, and width as 100, just for the sake of making sure that it is 100%, and then padding as 12 pixel, 14 pixel, and then 10 pixel, and then 14 pixel. Okay, and color, our font color as white. Okay, here you can see, and then our text decoration none, because we don't want that underscore, and I think here it should be 12. Okay, and then our margin should be 15 pixel, 0. Okay, from the top, here you can see, and finally we have border radius as 8 pixel, and there you go. Okay, you can see here, and then text align as center, because we need the text to be at the center, and there you go. Right, so same, and then finally we have our term. Okay, uh, terms of service, and I think the font size is very small, so it should be like 13 pixel, and then color, let's give it as 444. Okay, and here you go. Right, so everything is looking same, and I just need to remove this border which I gave to form wrapper here, and there you go. Now it is almost looking same, right? Everything is working. Password, okay, email, username. Okay, so this way you can create very simple, okay, page. And I think the best part you have learned here is the CSS box frame, right? So we will create the CSS box frame of every project that we are building, so that it will help you a lot in basically uh, architecting the page. I hope you will use this technique very well, because it will definitely give you a very good overview of the page. Okay, how the page structure will going to happen. So that's all in this video. See you in the next video.